Well, good day to you, one and all. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Story Mode on PlayFrame and Shadowbringers and Urianje's house, which is very cozy. Very nice to be catching back up with old friends, with new looks. Urianje fixes you with his gaze. My friend, ere I speak of the task at hand, there is a question I would pose to thee. What thinkest thou of mine appearance? I was just complimenting it, actually. Did you take up astrology? Did you lose weight? I didn't recognize you at first. You did take up astrology, didn't you? I don't know about the weight thing, but this seems more obvious. Indeed. Though the night be lost, behind the shroud of blinding light, doubt not but that the stars shine still. I have chosen to avail myself of their guidance, that I might navigate the sea of uncertainty that stretcheth before us. For a blessing, my prior studies of astrology did provide me with adequate grounding in the art. But enough of myself. Let us now speak of our task. As I did mention, if we are to enter Liagia, we must needs gain the pixies' cooperation. This is a simple matter of presenting unto them a suitable gift. I shall procure a selection of viands that shall please their palates. Thancred, pray assist me in this endeavor. Meanwhile, Dermin, I bid thee obtain that which will please their eyes. In these parts there abideth a Vilekin known for its beauteous wings, the hawker. I shall lend thee a receptacle within which thou mayest capture a weakened specimen. I'm on it. Leave it to me. Thou shouldst find a hawker nearby. Pray, use the receptacle I've lent thee to capture a weakened specimen. There's no avoiding chores, is there? Far better under Urianje than the pixies, of course. Of course. Far, far lower odds of Urianje casting a spell on us and trapping us here or turning us into a shrub. Not zero, but much smaller. So, you must be a hawker. Yet another Final Fantasy XI enemy design. I'm afraid that I am to weaken you and catch you in this little Charlian box. If you would be so accommodating as to comply. Hopefully that's weak enough. Get in the box. Yeah. Success. I've done it. Hello. How are things going out here? Oh, no need to worry about me. I'm quite familiar with the manor. During our wanderings, Thancred and I would often return here. It's where I imbue his ammunition. Ah. I would like to hear more about that later. Job's done. I have completed the chore. Thou art returned. Wert thou able to capture a hawker? Yep. Even without the box's enchantment to hold it in place, the creature has no more fight left in it. Ah, a truly magnificent set of wings. I shall treat them at once to make fast their vibrant colors. Thancred too should return anon, upon which I shall ready all the items for presentation. Pray, take thine ease meanwhile. That sounds nice. Haven't had a lot of chances for breaks recently.
'Tis done. The pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts. Ah, lest I forget.
Oh.
White auracite, newly forged for thy use. Our mission being to thwart a rejoining, we will most assuredly cross paths with those who crave the contrary, our eternal enemies. Thus did I choose to abide in this ether-rich land, the better to fashion a trap for the Ascian's essence.
I see. And here I thought you were living here for the books.
May I come in now?
You may indeed, assuming you've finished.
I did as you asked.
That's my girl, thank you. I should probably explain. Though my body remained behind in the source, its limitations saw fit to accompany me, which is to say, I cannot manipulate ether. I took up the gunblade for its defensive advantages, but on account of my little impairment, I cannot imbue the ammunition myself. Luckily for me, Minfilia has quite a talent for it.
Minfilia, once we set forth, we are not like to return for some while. If thou wouldst choose tomes to take with thee, let it be now.
Really? May I?
Of course, my dear. Yet have care thou dost not add overmuch to thy burden, lest I incur Thancred's ire. Hast thou spoken to him of thine encounter with the Minfilia of Eld?
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any.
Yes, please.
As you know, I freed young Minfilia from captivity in Yulmore some 3 years past. Not long after, the two of us journeyed to the south of Armareng, to the edge of the Empty, where the flood was halted. 'Twas there that she awakened. The Minfilia of old. My Minfilia.
Oh.
Tell me, what must I do to bring you back?
My dearest Thancred, as I am now, I am no different from an Ascian. This child is but a vessel. One of many I have used that I might spread word of her enduring blessing and preserve the flame of hope. In my name, each has died, never having lived her own life. I have taken enough from these children. I will take no more.
But what of your suffering? Your sacrifice? This isn't fair! I will not stand for it. I cannot! There must be something we can do. Tell me!
Should the day come when this child grows weary of fighting and wishes to cast it all aside, then shall I take up her burden. But should she wish instead to become the master of her own destiny, then shall I bequeath to her my all. Imbued with the strength that I reserve for rebirth, she may come to wield my powers as her own.
And what of my wishes? What of Flamine's? What of all the people who love and care for you and want nothing more than to see you again?
It is not their decision to make. It is hers. This child's. This Minfilia's. You have ever watched over me, Thancred.
These are screenshots of like 1.0 and earlier events. Way back.
Now I ask that you do the same for her. Protect her. Teach her. Stand by her as you stood by me. There is much and more she does not know. She needs a guide to show her the ways of the world, or she will never find her own path. When the time comes, you will find me here. Until that day.
Minfilia, wait!
What happened?
And then she was gone. Minfilia, the girl, claims to have no recollection of any of it. I have told her many things, where we came from, what we fight for, but of that day, I have not spoken.
Could just be silent and let him talk, but it's a good question. How do you want this to end?
With the coming of another possessed of the blessing of light, the first hath begun to rise up in defiance of its fate. The question remaineth, however, who shall take up the flame of hope which Minfilia hath borne for so long? Whether we will it or no, the choice must soon be made.
I'm sorry I took so long. It was so hard to choose. In the end, I settled on just the one.
That is well. Now, if all is in order, let us set forth for Lida Loran.
Okay. Guys, did you not wait up? I was right behind you. Typical. I'm here. Thanks for waiting, gang. Boy, you've had an emotionally complicated few years, huh? When you have a moment, be sure to show your appreciation to the twins. They've endured a great deal on our behalf. Yeah, y'all are okay, right? I know it was a little bit of a wait. You couldn't have returned at a better time. The pixies had just decided that it would be amusing to have Alice and I exchange outfits. I mean, they're not wrong. I would also find that amusing, if I'm honest. Well, thank the gods you arrived when you did. Any later, and I don't think I would have been able to live it down. Guys, come on. You wore literally the same thing for some time. Would this be that much weirder? That said, I do appreciate you dressing distinctly these days. It is a lot easier to tell you apart. I dare not ask what happened in our absence. Antics, it sounds like, and kind of funny ones. Shame we missed it. As much as I should like to savor the reunion with Master Alphino and Mistress Alice, it must wait. I have taken the liberty of presenting our gifts unto the pixies. Let us see how well they are received. And?
We weren't expecting you all back so soon. We had scarcely begun playing with the twins. That said, your gifts are truly wonderful. Let me tell you, the milk and honey and biscuits won't last a day, and the wings are the loveliest we've ever seen. You've done us a great kindness, and it's Fey custom to return the gesture. If you desire anything of us, you need but name it.
That sounds like a very favorable outcome. I don't know. I'll take the soup. Thanks. So, now what? Sul-Un regards you with a munificent expression, and I don't know what that means, so... Sul-Un, what's going on?
So, what is it that you desire? Rusty old coins like you mortals are wont to collect, perhaps?
We are resolved to vanquish the Light Warden of this land. To that end, we desire entry to Lea Gyr.
What a strange thing to wish for. You might as well ask for your death. But if that is what you want, who are we to argue? Very well. I shall speak with the others.
You've clearly been busy, Urianger. Would you be so kind as to tell us what we've missed? So that was the purpose of the gifts. Is there anything you can tell us about this Light Warden? Aye, my lady. By circumstances most tragic, the Light Warden of this land
is our king and ruler, Titania. It was not always so, of course. Our king fought the first Light Warden that threatened our home, you see. Fought it and won. But all the horrible light that came out went and corrupted them, turning them into a new Light Warden. Now they're king only in name, not remains of the wise and just ruler that used to be. We had no choice but to seal them in the castle. The magic for breaking the seal we divided into 4 and wove each into a different relic to be kept apart until the time was right. And this dress is one of them. It's been in our safekeeping for years and years, but we've decided to entrust it to you.
Are you sure?
Of course. Custom demands it. Though you are most certainly going to your deaths, we thought we should at least let you try. That way, we get to watch what happens. Of course, you can't break the seal unless you have the other relics too. The shell crown is with the Fuath, the stone scepter is with the Numo, and the crystal shoes are with the Amaro. Good luck finding them all.
Well, I guess it's a start. The facts thus disclosed confirm mine own understanding. Our quest lieth now before us. First, let us hie to the lake, there to claim the shell crown from the Fuath. If we call to them before the untouchable gate, they will answer. And not attempt drowning us, yes? I'm going to assume yes, otherwise I don't think you'd suggest it. I know I've only had one encounter with them so far, but in my experience to date, 100% of the time, the Fuath will attempt to drown you. What a lovely place, if unnerving. So, what's the actual plan? I was taught never to talk to the Fuath under any circumstances. Are you sure this is a good idea? No, that's why I thought, Urianger, are you sure this is a good idea? During our sojourns in Mheg, we avoided the lake at all costs. Let that suffice to warn you of its dangers. And yet we are here. Do you want to explain? Through the gate lieth the domain of the Fuath. Yes, right, but I guess we need the thing from them, but man, what a lot of leafmen. I also was noticing that, thank you, Alphino. I was about to say the Fuath couldn't be any more unreasonable than the pixies, but that's just asking for trouble. Yeah, also I don't think it's accurate. Alright, let's investigate. Hearken to me, O spirits of the water. We are come with an entreaty. Not in a talkative mood, apparently. I'm not exactly sure how the gate works. But if the Fuath are water spirits, perhaps we should take our search into the lake. Oh? I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt. Oh, come on, you know how to swim a little bit now. We all know Thancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfilia? I can swim well enough. Thancred taught me. Excellent. What about you, Urianger? I'm not sure I've ever asked. Rather than swim, mayhap it would be more expeditious to walk upon the surface by means of magic. Is that a no? You too, Urianger? That you should be a kindred spirit. Worry not, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, and I should be more than happy to share them with you. Together we shall conquer the waves. Well, well, aren't we a lively lot? And you have an entreaty for us, you say? An entreaty from mortals. What a treat. Aye. My comrades and I are on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would humbly beg the loan of the Shell Crown, which we are given to understand is in the safekeeping of your people. Oh, is that all? Of course you may have it. You shall have it. Just like that. What do you want from us? Oh, there's no need to be suspicious. The crown simply doesn't mean much to us, is all. As a matter of fact, nothing means much to us. For we Fuath, it's over before it's begun, and we couldn't care less what becomes of the Fairy King, nor the world for that matter. Having said that, we do so seldom have mortal visitors, and it would seem a shame not to make the most of you. Touch the untouchable gate and come hither to our domain, Dohn Mheg. In your tongue it means forbidden realm. Sounds forbidding, yes? And so it should, for we are one with the water, our home wrought of ripples and waves and currents. Find your way through. Give us thrilling sport, and we will give you the crown. Well, that's another dungeon for us then. Good old times. And as before, we can go in with trusts. And we've got quite a collection of folks who could come in here with us. Now, if I went in as a tank here, as a Dark Knight, I believe that we would kind of have a choice of our healers being Urianger and Alphino, our damage dealers being Minfilia and Alisaie, so it would be Minfilia, Alisaie, and one of these two. Given that these three, though, Minfilia, Thancred, and Urianger, are kind of the new acquisitions to our party, and we've not really done a dungeon with them yet, I think I should switch to whatever job will enable that, which means... Yes, we are temporarily going back to that red mage life. Should be fun. I bet I can remember most of the moves. So, let's see, here we are. Yeah, we got Thancred as our tank, Urianger as our healer, and Minfilia here, our Oracle of Light, aka fellow damage dealer, kind of a rogue ninja type thing, which I kind of love because that means she probably learned that from Thancred as well. It's very good. Okay, let me pull up the actual description, though. Dohn Mheg. Your quest to gain entry to Liagia and vanquish the Light Warden sealed within has brought you to the domain of the water-bound Fuath, bearers of one of the 4 Fey relics that comprise the key to the castle. The creatures agree to yield to you their relic, the Shell Crown, but in exchange they demand of you what they call thrilling sport. In order to fulfill your side of the bargain, you and your comrades sally forth into a realm of illusion, as treacherous and unpredictable as its denizens. Should be fun. Okay, let's get in there. Commence. It's a very pretty dungeon. Love the aesthetic. And the music also. Extremely fitting. All right. And we got our little crew here. All ready to go. Come on, gang.
It's like being in a dream.
Yet the dangers of this dream are very real. Be not distracted by its beauty.
Water is love, water is life. Drink up, ye parched souls. Is that a Fuath? What is it doing?
Making their minions stronger by the looks of it. Yep, watering the plants, making them dangerous. Now to strive to remember to Red Mage. I leave the cartridges to you. Oh, right, that's actually worth talking about. So, I've mentioned before that the AI of these different NPC trusts you can fight with functions a little bit differently. In many ways in combat, like, for example, Alphino as a healer prioritizing Alice's safety if multiple characters are in trouble, things like that. Alice being more prone to using your group's limit break the instant it is available. Without giving you a chance or even potentially leaving the limit break for someone who might make better use of it. She's just very eager. There's a lot more nuance to that, though, and it might not immediately be evident in playing all of the ways that plays out. So Thancred here, we know, has no access to, can't cast magic. He cannot wield ether in any way, which really, as a gunbreaker, as any job, kind of limits what he can do somewhat. So if we just brought him in here on his own, or without Minfilia, he really wouldn't have access to half of his kit as a gunbreaker. He wouldn't be able to use a lot of the moves. But because Minfilia is here, he can, because she's the one who charges those cartridges and things that enables him to do that. Which is what a neat touch. What a neat way to take the narrative of this game and actually have it reflected in the systems and the AI logic and the combat and all that. I should mention that he's still functional. If he's good still at doing his job, even if Minfilia is not here. He's just not able to use a bunch of the moves that he is using right now because he is here. But it's not failing to bring Minfilia along with is failing a test in some way that's going to make the dungeon undoable. They wouldn't do that to you. There we are. Gates open. Come on, crew. Let's roll. Oh, lovely.
Oh my, did you see the flowers?
Stay focused, Minfilia. Thancred, they're pretty flowers, come on. There we are. So pretty.
There'll be no wilted flowers on my watch.
You're causing us a lot of hassle. There we go. What a great enemy design. Our first boss. Our guests have arrived. That their chieftain should personally stand in our way. If it stands in our way, it falls like the rest.
Prepare yourself!
Here we go! Ekthon, Lord of the Lingering Gaze. And now I'm back to being a damage dealer, so I'm much more squishy and need to be much more careful. It's the Fuath way to give guests a smashing welcome. So, with every stomp, Ekthon is causing these little water spouts to pop up, and then on the next stomp, strengthen and start sort of like fountaining up a bit. The third stomp, they'll burst and do a big AoE around them. So we need to keep an eye on where they all are and stay away from the ones that are about to burst. Else we'll get launched up in the air and be unable to move for a little while. Almost got you. Finish him. Come on. Do it. Bravo! Bravo! Very impressive. Do keep that fine form the rest of the way. We did it. We won. No, it was just toying with us. It's kind of fun, though. Ooh. Yes. Look, the landscape's changing. It seems they haven't quite had enough games. Onward, my friends! Onward to your prize! I wonder if this is what your voice actually sounds like. Dohn Fast Fuath. I confess, I'm kind of winging it. There we go. Gorgeous out here. Oh dear, I seem to have dropped a wasp nest. How very clumsy of me. Ah yes, the good old stop them with wasps trick. Thancred is so done with this nonsense. There we are. Ooh, a path. I love the whimsy here. Shame it's so dangerous to hang out. Or I would definitely do so somewhat often. My apologies, but accidents do happen. Also loving these little fungus creatures. Again, ripped straight out of Final Fantasy XI. Not sure this is the first time we've seen them, but even so. Fun seeing a familiar face. And done. Where next? Ah, there you are. Come and play in my beautiful garden. Please stop making the plants worse. And meaner. And down. Should be coming up on another boss pretty soon here. Feels like. Yep. Thoughts, anyone? Let's cut this overgrown scrub down to size. Well put. Looks like a real warped Pokemon. Griowla. Nope. No, thank you. Okay. So now it's summoning some fodder, which is going to bring all these little sprouts, again, Final Fantasy XI design, out to play, and they are going to all target the boss with a thing that would... This beam would make the boss grow, and did just make it grow. But because we were each blocking one of those little lines, we also grew a little bit with it. And it's important we keep doing that, because otherwise, if we let all those beams hit it, it's going to rapidly outpace our own growth and our own damage output, and become very difficult to fight. So we just gotta keep up pace. Oh no. And now we've been grabbed in some roots. Gotta break out. There we go. Because otherwise it's gonna target us with something. Overall, still a pretty straightforward boss, though. You know what? I'm just gonna use a limit break. If Alisaie's not here, I'll do it for her. Hey. Stop it. Get dead already. Knowing your beat. Uh-oh. Defeated already. There we go. The beast falleth short of the legend. Savage burn, I think. Ooh, yes. Gorgeous. A palace of water. It's like something out of a fairy tale. Except we're the ones in the tale. Stay on your guard. Oh, it's pretty. I know they're trying to kill us, but I very much enjoy the Fuath style. Welcome, welcome to our humble palace. Thank you. That way. The crown's that way. Well, good. Finally. The crown, we found it.
Prepare yourself.
Oh, it's a fake. You'll just have to keep going. Oh, well. All right. Ooh, water stairs. I like it. Ooh, a kelpie. Bravo, bravo! Thank you. I feel like you're being sarcastic. There we go. Quite the place y'all have here. Love your horses. And your... whatever those are. And done. Thanks for the stairs. But not for the welcome. Hello.
Prepare yourself.
More! We want to see more! And there goes the last one. Good, good. Now, I think it's time for our last boss. And what a boss. Anchthon. Majestic. Lord of the Lengthsome Gate. Excellent title. This time we'll really have the crown. Focus on the fight, Minfilia, not the prize. Good advice, let's go. Time for a musical interlude. There's various illusions and whatnot we'll have to watch out for in this fight. Including one move that will definitely try to turn everyone in front of the boss in a frontal cone into a frog. We will want to be watching out for that one, and also looking away from that. Don't know what it would do, don't want to find out. Oh, that would probably turn us into imps, and this is the froggy one. Move. I don't think that hit me, but then again, the results lie before us. Embarrassing. Oh, sweet melody, take phantasmic form. Ah. This wouldn't fool a child. So we've got a huge pit that's been created and a path to walk to get across. And notice, I love this, everyone is tackling it a little bit differently. Thancred and Urianger used some of their moves to kind of just leap across, not all that bothered. Minfilia is very carefully walking. We all need to get inside this thing here to be safe. I really love that. If Alphino and Alisaie were here, Alphino would be walking very carefully, watching his feet like Minfilia for a while, and eventually halfway through he would muster up his courage and start sprinting. Alisaie would just start sprinting from the start. Just immediately like, oh, it's an illusion, come on, and go. I really love it. For you I will play a song of terror. Ugh, it's hideous. I grow weary of these tricks. Whose likeness could this be? We've actually seen an enemy that looked like this. It's a, I believe, a Final Fantasy Tactics boss, actually, but, we also saw it show up in one of the Heavensward raids. The name escapes me at the moment. I'm fighting a big thing. A Shade of Fear. Look out for the tentacles. Do not be near them. Also, don't be standing in front of it. The corrosive bile does not look fun. Hey, could you please stop looking like this? It sucks. Give me a crescendo. Give me a fortissimo. Don't turn me into a frog and I'll try. Almost gotcha. Fine, I'm doing limit break again. Nope, never mind. You're done. Oh, hey, Red Mage leveled up. Certainly not on account of my performance. Good job, gang. Way to get through. Let's check in with everyone. Their mastery over glamours is truly astounding. Quite, that was fun. You? Is it over? I dare say they've had their fill of sport. Time to collect our prize. Whew, we did it. We sure did. Let me tidy up the screen a little bit. And there we go. Okay. Gimme, and let's be off. We are owed a crown.
Well fought, well fought!
Thanks for the victory music.
Amazing! Jolly good show.
Well, they seem happy.
Oh, you do not hold back.
Nope, I was not even close.
But I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Of course. Of course. There it is, the relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes. Ah, but you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
Thank you.
More? I want to see more of him! Yes! Yes! I could watch him forever!
Why don't we just make him one of us?
I don't like the direction this is heading.
Yes! One of us!
One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us! One of us!
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
Nope. Don't like it.
Wake up! Wake up, damn you! Ah, you're alive. Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can.
Long story.
I'm sure you had your reasons. But the first rule of dealing with the Fuath is do not deal with the Fuath. It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned. Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect. That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there. It's seen better days. They were a stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people. It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains. So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside. All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember. Everything we did. Everything we gave. What was it for? I wonder. I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
This place is sort of geographically in more or less the spot Ishgard would be on the source. Thanks for the wake up. It's very nice water, but I will feel much better when I am out of it. Grab that later. I got lots of things to grab later. Hey, is everyone good? Not drowned? That's a lot fewer of you than I was hoping to see here on the beach. Y'all okay? I'm going back in. Nay, my lady. Exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee, rest a moment. There was nothing where we looked. Dohn! Hello. Sorry about that. Dear gods, were it not for Soroban's blessing. But I need not labor the point. I'm glad to see you safe and well, my friend. Have you any idea how worried we were? To wash up on the shore only to find you weren't with us? Oh, but I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty. The Fuath kept that part of the bargain, at least. While there were certain twists and turns, our work here is done, with everyone none the worse for wetness.
Oh, thank goodness you're still here.
Soon, is something amiss?
A great big mob of mortals is marching to Mheg. Mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they?
Rather the reverse, I fear. The Ulmaran army, at a guess.
Meaning we can play with them?
As much as you like. But just to be sure, I'll return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require your aid.
If Alphino's coming, then Alice will be too, yes? Can't have one without the other, you know?
All right. Just remember, we're not your playmates this time. I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunt in your hands. I have done this sort of thing before, it's true. It's fine. Defeating the Light Warden would always have fallen to me. Also true, but no need to be cocky about it. Indeed you have. Very well then. See you afterwards, my friend. Sounds good. Y'all be careful. Sorry to worry you. Well, I guess we will continue this relic finding quest next time. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next week for some more Final Fantasy XIV story mode, Shadowbringers, etc. Do take care until then. Goodbye.